What's up? It's Sofia Gutierrez with Arena Football One, and today I have the pleasure of chatting with Nih-jer Jackson. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me on the show. I
Of,
appreciate it.
of course. Thank you for making the time because I know you have a busy weekend coming up, so I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Getting prepared. Got to get prepared.
Yeah, talk to me about that preparation. What do you like to do a week before a big game? Because you're no stranger to big championship games.
So, for myself, I don't really change anything I do. I stay the same person. Uh, Try to remind myself I'm still just playing football, no matter the magnitude of the game or how big the game may be. I'm still just playing football. So I keep myself real calm. Don't change up anything I do. Stick to my same routine and just stay relaxed as possible.
Now, your love for football, when did that start?
So growing up, I really had a strong love for basketball. Like basketball was my thing until I got to high school and I was playing center at 6'2". It doesn't really work out, so I had to make a more of a business decision to go learn to play football. Right, so I was fast enough, I was capable. And I made the decision to play football, and the more I played it, the more I gained the love. It was like a way to channel my emotion without being real emotional. I get to run around and hit people and let out a lot of anger that sometimes I don't even know I have. So that's where my love for the game comes. It's like therapy for me.
Yeah. Now, realizing that in high school, how did you set yourself up to play college ball?
Honestly, I think just my work ethic and my want to. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to be able to continue to play football. So I did everything I can to put myself in a position to, have that opportunity.
Now, what are some things that you learned while you were in college? Because you were in Sacramento, then you went to Merced, and then you went to southeastern Louisiana where you played for the Lions.
So, coming out, going to Sacramento first, I mean, the first thing I learned was one, I had to be more responsible and mature because consequences way different when you leave from home and now you're in college. So that was a big learning curve for me. And my time in Merced, I just was able to adapt and be resilient because being a California JUCO kid, you don't get a lot of amenities, you don't get anything really. You're really out there on your own. All your money goes to your rent. So now, you're scrambling to eat meals every day. So you just had to learn to be resilient and find a way to, get the things you wanted. So when I got to Louisiana, different culture, right? I was able to adapt, learn that different culture. And what I learned from there, I took some lessons from there because one of my first year in Louisiana, I was too far away from home. I felt I was in the dark place. I felt like I was in the dark place, and I had to learn to really appreciate the opportunity that I had and change the way I looked at it and things like that. So now I'm just more of a positive person. I look at life a lot differently. All the little things I don't take for granted. Instead of, I wake up and say, I get to go play, I get to go practice instead of having a mindset that I have to do it. No, I don't have to do that. It's a privilege for me to wake up and go play for the Nashville Cats. You know what I mean? So that's what I was able to learn throughout my time in Louisiana.
Yeah. Now, what's something that you did in Louisiana to kind of bring you more at peace or make you feel at home? Because I know it was a culture shock, completely
Yeah.
different state, not only the weather, but a different location. What's something that
So
you could do to kind of bring you back home?
outside of just being able to be on the practice field and play football and being around football, like when I left that's where it was kind of tough for me. But I remember my head coach, my last year there, he told me to read a book, The Energy Bus. So that book, I went home, I started reading it slowly, and that was what really gave me the different outlook on how, I don't have to be so negative or think things in a bad way. So just reading that book and changing my outlook on life was able to help me feel more at home and for more of myself.
Now, that book was recommended to you. Have you ever recommended that book to others?
If they ask me what book should they read, yeah, I definitely recommend The Energy Bus.
Okay. Now, you talk about being resilient. You're from Stockton, California.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Are you a fan of the Diaz brothers, Nick and Nate Diaz?
Yes, definitely a fan of the Diaz brothers. I definitely cheer and root for everybody from my hometown, Stockton. So if you're a Stocktonian, I'm rooting for you. You got all my support. I love Stockton and I love everybody in the city.
Yeah. Now let's talk about post college. Now, you were with the CFL, played for the Arizona Rattlers, played for the Bay Area Panthers as well. How was it being back home when you were playing for the Panthers?
Oh, I enjoy being home. My grandmother got to come to a lot of my games, my little cousins, my family, my daughters, you know, my girlfriend, everybody got to come to the games. So I enjoy playing at home. Like if I had it my way, I'll play at home all the time, you know. So, but yeah, that was my favorite part, being able to play at home because I spent a lot of time away. One being in Louisiana, then going to Canada. So yeah, things weren't always easy for my family to see me play at a high level.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was the biggest difference or the biggest challenge from going to playing 100 yards to 50 yards?
Um, just sometimes feeling like I'm limited to how fast I can run or how far I can. So like when the field is real short, I don't get to really open up and run as much as I want to. So that was the biggest adjustment. But now after being in here 3 years, it's second nature. I know when to open up. I know when to use my speed. I know when to shorten my strides and things of that nature. So yeah.
Yeah. Now, uh, you've been back to back champions in 2023, 2024, and you're looking to get the three-peat this Saturday against the Firebirds. How do you maintain your calmness when there's a big game coming up?
I think it's just who I am. Uh, what I was instilled with that when I was young. You know, you go through things in life and sometimes you can get high, you can get real low, but I just learned to stay even keel, stay real mellow. Whether it's the first game of the season or right now, the championship game of the season, I don't change anything I do. I maintain who I am and stay true to who I am, and let the results take care of themselves.
Yeah, and your game this past weekend against the Southwest Kansas Storm, how was it feeding off of the energy of the crowd? Because I see that Nashville always has a crowd and their fans are truly one of a kind.
100%. It's that place is very electric. Like I enjoy playing there. The fans are amazing. Like each and every one of them. I think without a crowd like that, home games would be a lot tougher. But we're able to feed off that energy. And sometimes when our momentum is low, they're still screaming, and we can feed off that. Go make a play. Go make a play. Okay, I got you. I can go do that, and just give us something to feed off of. Definitely enjoy the fans.
Yeah, and of course, you can't help but celebrate after a big win like that. But how do you unwind when you're by yourself? What do you like to do to kind of just take it easy?
I like to play a lot of video games. My favorite game right now is NBA 2K25. I've been spending time on Call of Duty, and then every now and then I play NCAA college football. But I really try to stay away from football as much as I can when I'm not at football. So just to give me something different.
All right. Now, can you finish this sentence for me? If I wasn't playing football, I'd be
A firefighter.
okay. And right before we went live, you talked to me about something that you did during the off season to kind of pursue that dream. Can you share with everyone
Yeah,
what that was?
I actually enrolled in the EMT program and I received my EMT certification. So I am an EMT right now.
Oh, that's amazing. There's a funny story. I also cover boxing, and we were at a fight in Houston, and everything was set to start, except the EMTs weren't there. And I was like, that's like the most important
Most
people that need
important,
to
yeah.
be there. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, how would you describe the chemistry with the team right now?
I think it's great. I think it's great. We got a tough group of guys on both sides of the ball, and they're all very hungry. So we all got the same common goal. When you all got the same mindset and the same goal, it's very hard to beat a team, and we're all locked in and focused.
Yeah. And what's been your favorite memory with the team this season so far?
Really, my first week of practice, I was at home. I was working out a little bit, but I haven't touched the ball since my last game, which was August of last year. So my first week of practice is just meeting the guys and being in the locker room again. My favorite part about being on the team is the locker room, the relationships you build and things like
Yeah, definitely. Now, big game this Saturday. What would you say is your go-to song that gets you hyped up?
that. uh, oh man,
I know that might be a little tough, so you can give me artists. That also works too. I'll take that.
I listen to like R&B. I try to keep myself calm, so I might listen to some Rihanna. I got Adele in my playlist.
Okay.
So my pregame playlist is pretty mellow. Got some Keisha Cole in there. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I keep it real chill.
All right, all right. And I read somewhere or I heard on an interview that you also like to play chess.
Yes. I was in the chess club in high school, my junior year and my senior year of high school. I was in the chess club, so kind of kept me out of trouble. So instead of going out to lunch, I go in the classroom with my history teacher. He taught me how to play chess. So that is one thing I like to do. I spend time on my iPad playing chess sometimes.
That's awesome. Now, you also mentioned that you had a huge passion for basketball and still do, but I know it was something that you played. If you had to pick five guys on the team, including yourself, to play 5 versus 5, who would you pick?
I'm going Dalton Oliver. Uh, we're going to go with Sean Lewis. He'll be a good defensive guy. I need a big guy, so I might take Holiness. That'll be my, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. I need somebody to be a good point guard. Um, I might see what Kenny Veal got.
Okay. Noted. All right. Now, big game this Saturday. Why should people tune in to watch you guys face the Albany Firebirds?
It's two of the best teams in the league. It's going to be a tough battle. Albany has an electric offense, very, very consistent, and we have a great defense. We got a good offense. It's going to be a battle. Like it's going to be exciting, big plays, explosive plays. It's going to be a lot of scoring both ways.
Now, they also have a really big and strong fan base. Do you feed off that energy when you are the visiting team?
I like to keep them quiet. I like to try to get them quiet early. That's my favorite part. When the home fans don't have nothing to say, I know we did our job. So, that's cool. They're going to cheer. It's going to be loud early. And then hopefully, as the game goes on, we look up and it's very quiet in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. Um, Pleasure getting to know you, learning some more about you, and I'm
Yes,
excited
ma'am.
to see you guys in action this Saturday.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Of course.